Welcome to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. I'm your host, Melissa Banks, and this is Women Who Shine series. I'm excited to have you join us today. This is where we celebrate women who are walking in their purpose, breaking barriers, and lighting the way for others. Each woman featured in this series has a story that reminds us of the power of faith, resilience, and determination. So today we're shining the spotlight on Delrita Parks. Delrita is a woman whose journey is not only inspiring, but also a beautiful reminder that when women shine, we give others permission to shine also. Thank you, Delrita, for being with us today and being willing to share your light with us.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here on the Melissa Banks Show. I'm so excited. This is my first podcast, so I am just over the moon about it.
Well, we are honored that this is your first podcast and you're sharing it with us, shining your light with the world here on Dream by Design. So let's get started, Delrita. Every shining woman has a journey. So can you share with us a moment on your journey, whether it was a triumph or a struggle, but it was that moment that was maybe a turning point for you and helped shape who you are today?
Oh, absolutely. I definitely remember that time. I actually was 13 years old when I sat my sister and my mother down to plan our life out for the next 5 to 10 years. And my mother always used to tell us, if you don't plan, you plan to fail. So that kind of really stuck with me. And I'm like, well, plan, I start learning about planning and journaling and different things like that. And so I began to plan, my life, my mom's life, my sister's life. And I sat them on and said, this is what we're going to do. And they was excited about the plan. And we executed it. And there was a little change when I turned 18 in the plan, unbeknownst to me, but I went ahead and followed my plan. And so that's kind of really when it started, when I found out that I had a bent toward that area of planning and organizing my life. And it helps allow your life to flow in the direction where you kind of want it. The Lord will direct you either way as you go, but at least you have a blueprint mapped out in the direction you want to go. And that's kind of like when it started, and it just began to grow from there. But even before then, I had an entrepreneur spirit. And I started out with a lemonade stand, and then it started into all kind of sales. I can tell you all the things I used to do, and up until the point where things changed, and I really got serious about life coaching and entrepreneurship, and really started doing some other things in my life. So yeah, it's been with me for a while, but it has grown. And I remember a time when I wanted to start a women's fellowship at our church. And so I was seeking guidance regarding the name of the fellowship. And it came out to be Women of Transformation, transforming lives from the inside out, spirit, soul, and body. And that's where it begins, in the inside, in our minds, our mindsets. So I began to start this women's fellowship, and it became a luncheon. It became a free luncheon because I wanted all women in the community to be able to come and be empowered, be inspired, and encouraged right where they are, and let them know that where they started does not have to be where they end up, that they can change their lives into the direction they wanted to go.
I absolutely love that. And the seeds was planted so very early. Oftentimes we think things just happen quickly, but no, it's the seed was planted at 13 and
Yes.
developed. And I agree with you. I believe, and everybody who knows me and follows me know I believe this, that everything starts in here. So when
Yes.
you change here, you can change your world. So I definitely appreciate that. So, Doreen, let's talk about what shining means. So when you hear women who shine or the woman who shine and your name is there, how does that make you feel, and how does it truly resonate with you? For me, I can just say the words and it makes me want to smile and get excited, right? So how does it make you feel to step into your own light and allow others to see it?
Oh, it is just a tremendous honor to serve because I believe when you shine, it is in service as unto the Lord in your community and your family. That's the best place, I believe, to start serving and shining in your home with your children and raising your children. And women who shine is not necessarily something that you're trying to do, in the world, even though the word of God tells us to let your light so shine. Um, we are to shine daily in our lives, how we greet people, when we interact with people. It can be a smile. It doesn't have to be like this huge thing. People may think it can be as small as writing a note, sending a card, letting someone know that you're thinking about them, giving them a call and letting know, your name crossed my mind. I just want to know how you're doing. And that just really brightens other people's day up to let them know that you care and that you're thinking about them. What an awesome privilege it is for people to be thinking about you and praying for you and having your best interest in mind. And that is something one of the things that I do to shine and everywhere that I go. I work 2 days a week. I work with seniors, helping them stay acclimated into their communities and also staying home safely. I love that job. 2 days a week to really inspire them, and it gives me an opportunity to shine. Even though I'm a senior myself, I let them know that it's not the end. Just because you're a senior does not mean that you have to stop dreaming. You can keep on dreaming. And if you had a dream and it did not manifest in your life, then you can dream again. You can create a plan again. You can write down your goals again and start now. Your age does not matter. It's the passion that you have. It's the dream that you wanted. You can ignite it again and share your light. I'm telling you, that is my passion, is to help other people figure out what their passions are and really encourage them, inspire them to continue in that passion. And so I,
Absolutely. That's why I love women who shine, because women who shine are just being themselves. They're
Mhm.
not seeking attention. They're not seeking. Sometimes that woman who shine can just speak to you. You can just feel that spirit that comes from her. And just when you were talking about helping other seniors see that they still can dream big, and you
Yes.
can feel your excitement, and that's what makes me so excited. And that's why I love the series so much. So now I want to talk about rising through challenges, because I believe that every journey has some challenges on that journey. So I would love for you to share with us a moment when maybe you were tested, or maybe you even doubted yourself, and what gave you the strength to rise above it.
Oh man, that's a good question. There's so many parts to that. So I'll start with the challenge when it first came to me to open up my own boutique. And I did that in 1999. And I had some friends like, why are you doing this? It was the December of 1999. And they said, why are you doing that? I said, because I plan to do it. And so I'm going to follow through. And we all know what happened in 2020, so I continued as much as I could, but it kind of laxed, faded out because of the situation in the world. And then my mother got sick, and I had to spend a lot of time caring for her, which was an honor to do so. And that kind of was in the background for a while because I was working full time at the time. And then I just persevered. I still kept that dream alive. And it's something that I always wanted to do. I used to model, so I love fashion. So it's just part actually of my model of Women of Transformation, transforming your life, transforming your style, and transforming your health. Those three components are very important in a woman's life. And anything that I do, I'm going to talk about those things. I'm going to talk about God. I'm going to talk about your family. I'm going to talk about your health, because without your health, you cannot help anyone else. And so that's a very key point in transforming your life. So just going through and pressing through obstacles, and life is going to happen. And so when life happens, it doesn't mean you have to stop that dream, it just means it may not be right now. And then you can regroup and regather yourself and start again at that appointed time. So I'm really excited to have not stopped and that I'm continuing on. And as you continue on, what I found out is that other ideas come and other opportunities come that you didn't even imagine or even think about at the time when you started. But just get started and take your first steps. And if you don't know what you're doing, which I didn't, find someone,
That's
find
it.
someone that did what that you want to do or that is doing what you want to do and continue to learn, especially in technology. I was not good with technology, but I was determined that I was going to learn. I'm still learning about technology. There was a senior tech conference here in Columbus, Ohio, and my girlfriend invited me to that. And I went to that, and I want to encourage all the women that are listening today that whatever area that you're not good at or you're not versed at, that you can learn. And I'm telling you, YouTube has a wide array of information that you can go on. There's webinars, there's Zooms, there's different things that you can learn. Some of them are free. The library is a great place to learn computer skills. And I just encourage you to just jump in and learn. The more you learn, the more you feel confident in doing that thing that that you've been inspired to do. So that's another challenge that I had, but I'm overcoming it all the time by learning.
You know what I heard you say is so, our stories are so similar, and so many people. 1999, early 2020, I had an amazing conference and we had a lot of things set, and then the world changed. And I had to be willing to change with it and to do some pivoting and be willing to keep moving. And that's what I heard you say is yes, those things were big things that happened. You started that dream and you could have chosen, no, well, it didn't happen, so I'm going to stop right here. But no, you kept moving. And I believe that that's the key to challenges and to overcoming them is to stay true to that dream. Maybe not right now, but maybe down the road, or maybe there's a bigger dream because I believe God can dream bigger for me than I can dream for myself.
Yes.
That is exactly what I heard you say. So thank you for sharing that. Let me pause for a moment here and reset. If you're just joining us, you're watching Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, the Women Who Shine series. Our guest today is Delrita Parks. Delrita is an author, she's an entrepreneur, and she's the founder of Women of Transformation. So, Delrita, now let's talk about celebrating wins. You know, women, we may say we did this and this happened, and we kind of play it down a bit. But today, we want to celebrate something with you. I want you to take us back to a moment that was a great achievement for you. And this moment, even when you think about it, you feel all the feels all over again. Your heart gets excited. It makes you smile when you talk about it. Share that
Mhm.
with us so that we can celebrate with you.
Oh, thank you so much. I love celebrating. I love celebrating others. And sometimes I just celebrate myself. I buy my own flowers and get my little favorite snack and just celebrate all by myself. I just think it's great to do. What I'm celebrating right now, I have a lovely granddaughter, and her name is Charlie Ray Sunshine Hughes, and I call her Sunshine. And I have a standing appointment with her for the past 2.5 years, and she is 2.5 years old. So we go to the library, we read and we color, and I just have such a good time. Coloring with her is so relaxing, and so I'm a new author. I have a coloring book out. It's called Time to Color: A Season of Peace. And it's a book that can be found on Amazon. And it is a time where, life is so busy and the hustle and bustle. You can just sit down and get your crayons and get your markers and pens and just relax and color. You can have a sip of tea or your favorite drink and just color. And I love doing that with her. And I love doing it just by myself, just to clear my mind. You don't have to think. You can just color and enjoy that space and that time. So that's one of my things that I celebrate. I am working on two other literary projects right now. I'm excited about that. I'll go ahead and share that. They'll be coming out next year. One of them is an anthology, and my part is going to be called Caring for Jessie. And Jessie is my mother's name, Jessie Emmons. I cared for her for 13 years. She had 6 TIA strokes, and that last stroke really put her down. And I cared for her, and it was an honor. My amazing husband allowed me to quit my job so I can take care of her. And my brother got sick, so I'm taking care of her and him at the same time. And so that was like 4 year period that I did that. And just that time was so inspiring because it is, um, I just remember, how my mother cared for me. My mother was, she was married and then she got divorced and then she became a single parent. And her struggles, her sacrifice. I saw that my whole life, how she put God first and then she put us next. And she worked so hard to make sure we had everything that we needed. And I'm so grateful for that. And she introduced me to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I'm so grateful for that because so many parents are introducing their children to so many other things. So I'm grateful for that foundation of faith, that legacy of faith that she left me. And when she got sick, I was able, to be there and support her and encourage her. And those same teachings and those same things that she shared with me, I was able to share back to her during that time. And I'm just really happy. I'm celebrating being able to write that and share with other caregivers the ups and the downs, and also the many resources that are available in the community to help caregivers through that process. The next literary work that I'm working on is called Women of Transformation. And that book is going to take you through a transformative journey. And there's going to be a workbook with that. So I'm excited to get those out into the world and share with people that change is possible. You can transform your mind. In Romans 12:2, it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It starts with your mind, those unlimited beliefs, those things other people said to you, and you internalize them, believing that it's true. You have to go back and see who the master planner was and what he said about you, and then rewrite that story in your mind and move forward in the dreams and the goals that God has given you. So I'm celebrating those things. It's not that this happened overnight. I started Women of Transformation in 2008. And so we are in 2025, getting ready to go in. We're in the last quarter of 2025. So it's not something that happens overnight. When you get a God idea, just stick with it, write down that idea, write down that vision, and just seek for what the plan is and what the goal is. And so my purpose is to encourage and inspire others to be what God's called them to be.
But we're excited for you and we're celebrating all of those great accomplishments. And we're clapping for sunshine and that special time. I love that special time that you guys have together. That's absolutely amazing. So, Delrita, what do you do on the days that, you've been at it a long time. So I know there are days that it may feel heavy, or maybe the world just feeling really noisy and loud. How do you stay grounded and focused and determined to keep shining?
Prayer, meditation. I know maybe other people may say that, but prayer is the foundation to everything. When we look at the story of Jesus Christ, he went away to pray. He even asked his disciples, could you not tarry with me, pray with me for 1 hour? And so that prayer connects us to the one who created us, and having that tranquil time, that time of communication with God, helps ground our lives. It allows us to express to Him because it's a relationship that we have. with the Father, and being able to just share everything, your heart's what's in your heart, and then waiting for the Good Shepherd to lead and guide us. And so that's a big thing. I'm a singer, I'm a psalmist, so music is part of my thing. So I play music, my favorite songs. I like to learn new songs. My husband is a musician, so he plays, and we do that. We used to go to doing things that I love, to nursing homes and sing, where my mother used to be. And we used to go when went through rehab. We used to go in their community room, and they had a baby grand piano, just like the one in the picture here. And we would go in there and we would just sing, and some of the residents would come, excuse me, and gather around, and it was just so much fun to do that. And I love helping inspire youth. So that's another thing that's on my agenda. I'm looking forward to doing in the spring of 2020 in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, wow. You share so much amazing uh, times in your journey with us, and we are all feeling so encouraged. But there's a woman who's listening to you, has listened to everything that you've shared, been so inspiring. And she has a big dream, but she's stuck and afraid. What would you say to her to remind her that she has everything inside of her that she needs to step out and shine?
First thing I would look at, to be aware of what are you feeling, and what do you think about where you are right now, and what do you think that's making you feel stuck, and then write that down, and look at that, and then write down what it is you desire to do, and then also write down who is going to help you do that? Who is going to help you achieve your goals? So the first person on my list is my Heavenly Father. Everything is spiritual and manifest in the natural. And then the second thing, I would have a confidant. I would have a mentor. I would have a coach. And I'm a certified life coach. So if you need help with getting unstuck, I am available. You can email me and I'll give you that before we get off. But I would look at what's getting me stuck, and then how can I what are the daily things I can do to get me unstuck? Because you're usually not stuck 1 minute. You're stuck 1 minute and you're unstuck the next minute. That doesn't happen that way. It's normally a mapping, a planning out of getting from that place, that mindset. It's usually a mindset, a limiting belief. If it's not a mindset and it's something tangible like capital, like not knowing which way to go, for direction, for strategy, that type of thing, then you want to take time to figure that out. Get aware of why you're stuck, and then map yourself out of that. Walk your way step by step out of that through daily action steps. That's how. That's what I would share with that person.
Wow, I love, love, love that. There you have it, folks. She gave you some steps to get going, and we're going to give you an opportunity to share with us how they can stay connected with you after today, support all these great things you have going, and if they need those services. So let us know how to do that.
Yes, I'm on Facebook, Delrita Parks, DelritaParks. You can email me at delritayparks@gmail.com. And I'm also on Instagram. You can find me there. Or if you get me on Facebook, you can shoot me a messenger, DM me, and then we could connect that way or through my email. Love to talk with you.
But thank you so much for being willing to shine your light with us and
Mm,
share your inspiring, incredible journey with us today. And thank you
thank
to
you.
our guests for joining us today for Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, the Women Who Shine series. Our guest today was Delrita Parks. Your story is a reminder that no matter where you start, we all have the ability to rise, to dream, and to shine. So, to every woman watching, I hope you feel encouraged and inspired to keep pushing toward your purpose. I'm your host, Melissa Banks, saying your light is needed, your voice matters, and your shine is powerful. So, until next time, keep shining.